Victoria Ballard, naturopath, and I am now on a full carnivore diet. I haven't ordered the salmon yet, but I usually eat a lot of salmon when I'm on the carnivore diet. And then let's just recap what the carnivore diet is. That's all meats with preference to the ruminant meats, beef, lamb, goat, venison, and all fish, preferably the oily fish, because we want high fat carnivore. You can't have too much fat on this diet. Butter, eggs, some heavy cream, a little bit in your coffee would be okay if you can't take it black. Ghee, extra mature cheese, though I have to say that in the dairy we are not ancestrally appropriate because they didn't domesticate the animals back then, although they did 8,000 years ago. Still, well, it's not as good as what we were eating millions of years ago. But in the dairy, we get milk fats in butter, and the cheese has just about got rid of all the lactose, but we don't drink milk because it's full of lactose, which is a milk sugar, which actually gets rid of the incredibly high fat, low carb, no carb benefits of the carnivore diet. So no milk in your tea and coffee. Try a little heavy cream if you really can't drink it black. But green tea is a wonderful appetite suppressant. Not that you need to suppress your appetite on the carnivore diet. The beauty of the carnivore diet is that you can eat as much as you like with the properties of ancestrally appropriate. Eggs are also ancestrally appropriate. We could have climbed the trees and got the eggs. And if you're going to eat eggs, try and get free range. But this is like to do with your budget. If you can't do free range beef, I don't think it's necessary to do free range lamb because the sheep in the UK at least are on the hills. They're on the hills 12 months of the year. If the grass is covered with snow, they bring some hay, which is just dried grass. So I'm quite happy to get my lamb from a supermarket. I get my beef from a free-range butcher because they do mess around with the cows. But the good news is that because the cows have more than one stomach, they super digest anything they're fed. So you can't go that far wrong if you can't afford free range and you buy it from the supermarket. I use Asda, that's Walmart in America, and a lamb steak is just £2. A fairly large beef steak is £2.70. Don't know that in dollars. Should do. But then it's really not expensive and it's very filling. Meat is very filling, but you are allowed to eat as much as you like. Now, although you can eat as much as you like, really be careful of the lactose in milk. Please don't drink milk. Yeah. Apart from that, it's all shellfish. all fish, preferably the oily fish, because we're going for a high-fat carnivore. So the oily fish are better in smaller fish like salmon, mackerel, herring, and the best of all is sardines, because they're so small they've got a virtually zero mercury content. And they're cheap. They're really cheap. But don't get them in sunflower oil or safflower oil. Get them in even olive oil. I've heard that they add the seed and vegetable oils to the olive oil often, unless you're going to get, yeah, I mean, it's not on the carnivore diet, but really, if you like olive oil, get virgin, first pressed, organic if possible, olive oil. And that would be a little bit off the carnivore, but there's no reason why you shouldn't use olive oil to cook with. You can use the fat from the meat and the bacon, and the fat is very easy to gather in your frying pan. You don't have to wash your frying pan after every frying unless you are really particular and don't like the sort of browning effect where you've had bacon and other steaks. But I use the meat fat to fry, and I fry only 2 minutes a side, because the rarer the meat, the more nutrition you get, and it's very high nutrition. And then at some point, your taste buds are probably very happy with steaks and burgers made from minced beef or minced lamb or minced pork. Pork is okay. You might be ready to try some of the organ meats. I mean, I start with kidneys. That's a kind of delicatessen type food in expensive hotels where you get kidneys, bacon, eggs for breakfast. And sausages, very occasionally, because there are breadcrumbs in sausages, but they're delicious. And if you're having barbecues, it's summer in England, and most of the northern hemisphere, they're going through summer, they'll be doing some barbecues. Really, the occasional sausage is not much to worry about. So bacon, eggs, sausage, kidneys, this would be so nutritious. The nutrition in an egg yolk is probably one of the highest nutrition benefits of the whole of the diet. So eat as many eggs as you can, and don't worry about cholesterol. That's a bit of a myth. If you've got high cholesterol, I'm hoping it will come down on the carnivore diet. All my bloods are perfect, and I even eat when I'm in India and I can't get decent meat. I do get eggs, but I'm not strictly carnivore for 6 months of the year. I'm not. And I put on hardly any weight, because the carnivore diet that I have followed since 2022 has fixed my metabolism, and I don't put on weight that easily anymore. And anyway, it's just great for the health benefits that I've got from carnivore. Acid reflux has gone away. The constipation has gone away, surprisingly. Full carnivore, and I don't have to take any of the laxatives that I have had to take all my life. It's been a problem all my life. Um, and you'd think that lots of fiber and vegetables was good for constipation, but for me it's not. And there's quite a lot of evidence to base that on, that fiber is not so necessary. I've been a specialist in allergies, and I found many, many people allergic to many, many vegetables. So if you want to go carnivore to start with and then reduce the vegetables, just get on to carnivore as soon as you possibly can. Right, well, that's the message for today, and I hope you're having a lovely day. It's finally warmed up in England. We've got a sunny day with 19 degrees, so I think it's going to 20. So at last we get an English summer, and everyone's saying they had such a lousy winter that they're really pleased with the weather. So I hope you're having a nice sunny day and eating your lovely steaks and your burgers and enjoying carnivore. It's really delicious. Have some fish. I tell you something that's really nice, and that's roll mops. Raw herring marinated. Make sure it's not marinated in sugar, but really delicious if you want an oily fish and a bit of a change in your carnivore diet. That's one of my favourites. The Polish do quite a lot, so if you've got a Polish store, Walmart and Asda do a Polish dish, which comes in a sort of like plastic container, and it's quite cheap. So enjoy your carnivore diet and have a wonderful day. Thank you. Goodbye.